I'm in the market since I was born because my family and I worked for them all my life, about 10 years. And we own a brokerage firm in Brazil. And what happened was that I first I didn't work for them, so I went to sell some life insurance. Was good, but I was trading in that time, but just long term buying and holding. And during the crisis, the subprime crisis, everything came down. So I went to the firm. Actually, I was working for AIG in that time. AIG was really bad, and I couldn't sell anything, any life insurance. So I said, I don't get any money selling life insurance, and so I need to recover what I lost in the markets. So I went to the desk, and I started to trading, really trading and doing a very easy trading. Actually, it was a P&L, like just buying, waiting for the price comes up to the level of their earnings, and then I sell. Just doing that. And I couldn't recover everything, but I said, this is a very nice thing to do. I love this thing. I made money with that. So I started to working for them. So I became manager. I started to manage the back office and doing everything. I did a home broker. So I was managing the home broker as well. But I wasn't trading at all, and was my great passion. And then I became analyst, trying to stay a little closer to that passion that was trading, because I traded just few months, like 5 months, and then I became manager. After that, I went to another part. I started to work with currencies, and I started to make transactions with currency. And if someone wants to export or import something, making the exchange and helping everybody to do those transactions. Was very nice, but wasn't my passion at all. So I went to São Paulo. Actually, I'm from Belo Horizonte. It's the third city in Brazil. It's São Paulo, Rio, and then Belo Horizonte. And we are known for the commodities in that region. So mining ore and gold and diamond, everything in that region. From Belo Horizonte, it's very known, and it's the richest land because we do everything: coffee, soy, everything in that region. So I went to São Paulo to explore more that place that is the capital in Brazil and the most strong market in Brazil. I think maybe one of the biggest markets in the world. But actually, when I arrived there, I thought the market was much bigger than actually I discovered it is. I found out that it's still a small market and very manipulated by a government that owns almost 77% of the assets in Brazil. So we are very attached for the government. And in that time, I started to develop this sector with currencies, with leading with clients, building a company, and came the Brazilian crisis that we are now. It's better, but we are living now. This crisis did the market It's, I don't know, but just everything stopped in Brazil. Everything slowed down. Everybody wasn't trying to invest, and in this time I was just doing investments, but macro investments, because when you are in Brazil, that you have an economy that you are very attached for the government, your decisions are attached for the government. So you have to bet, or you have to invest against or in favor of the government. In that time I was investing against the government. So I made some money, and I said to myself, this is what I really like to do, you know, and what I feel that I need to do. I have to try to do this, because I stay here working with clients, trying to make this kind of business. Was very good business, but wasn't my passion, wasn't what I looking for. So in this time, I just organized everything, and I structured all the company in São Paulo, and I decided to take a walk in New York and see how things and how the markets work in here. My uncle, he came to New York to do the same thing that I'm doing now, but in another company, and he told me to do this thing that is a nice experience. So I tried to find I tried to find this other company, but they don't work anymore with education. So I found SMB, and I remembered that a long time ago, like 5-6 years ago, I used to watch a reality show called The Wall Street Warriors, because I was addicted with, I'm still addicted with the markets, and I watch everything that I have possibility to see and to watch in the YouTube and internet. So a long time ago, I watched this reality show. So I just found, oh, SMB, nice, and I remember these guys, and I just watched some people, everybody talking very well about this firm, and I have to say that everything is true nowadays. I'm sure that. But in 1 month I was here, I thought that I will find something here that is completely different, you know. Not completely, but when you come and you arrive in a place like this, the first thing that passes in your head is, I know about markets. I know what I know everything about markets. I will just see some strategies in here that I will use, and man, when you start trading, man, it's completely different than everything, you know. The way you trade, the way you think about market, the way you are prepared about marketing, about markets. Here it's completely different than all the courses that I did in my life. You know why? Because it prepares your head first, and then your psychology, and it teaches you to think about markets in a way like trying to see before it happens, you know. And this is so cool, because when you actually happens, you are so prepared that you just do what you have to do, you know. Yeah. And the way you think about short-term tradings, you know, it's completely different as well. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't need to know what is happening about the present, about, you know. And this is what I was looking for, because I don't want to be attached with any government anymore, you know. This is a very huge risk that you get for yourself. You know, believe in a government, believe that he will do. Actually, this is a way to say, I'm free for everybody, but you are not free for yourself. You need to work because your eyes are there. You know, you need to work for yourself. If you won't do this, you won't be greater. Foundation is, for me, is like, I have to say that it's like a Bible, you know. You have to see what is that, because in the market sometimes you say, I will buy in here, but behind all the actions that you do in the markets during the stock exchange negotiation, there's a lot of things. The human head it's very strange, you know. Sometimes you are happy, sometimes you are sad, and all this affects your trading style. And I think foundation prepare yourself to read what you are doing in that time. So actually sometimes you are sad. Okay, everybody's one day will be sad. But in this day that you are sad, what you have to do to not make this sadness affect your way to trade.
Absolutely.
You know, this is one way to view. And other examples that I do. You follow the history, SMB's history during this course. So you can read, because it's a lot of lecture, and you can watch exactly what happened in SMBs during these 10 years that they are in market. I'm trying to find my edge in this process now. It was very good to have Daniel, my mentor, with me, because he is a very experienced guy, and you can find your edge with his help. I'm trying to. It's very interesting because you dedicate 1 week each strategy, and you can. Sometimes you just see this strategy is not for me, but you keep trying to do because to have sure. In the first day that you try that strategy is one thing. The last day is another thing. Sometimes you are doing much better in the last day than in the first day, and you can read the strategy much faster than the first day. So it's interesting because you dedicate your week for that strategy, you know. And you can sometimes you can find your edge in that way. I think I found my edge, and now I have to scale in that.